All right, you ready?
Yes.
We'll just do the intro.
Very confused.
I know you are, because we're gonna install this.
What? You're...
You're about to get a full install guide and demo of the GM Certified COMEUP Winch for the Chevy Colorado. This winch was a surprise for my buddy Chris, who helps me make tons of these videos. My channel had a short-lived view spike in July 2022 that allowed me to purchase this winch kit for Chris. My channel is small and scrappy, and that spike made all this possible. So thank you very much to all of you for watching. Let's take a look at the COMEUP Winch Kit for the Chevy Colorado ZR2 Bison.
Hey, while we wait for Chris to get off of work, let's go over the parts that we're gonna be installing. So we got 2 kits here. Also, everything is GM validated as far as cooling and crash testing and all that stuff. First, the COMEUP 9,500 pound winch kit. Here is the part number so you can see that. Now, what comes with this is obviously the winch. This has an already installed synthetic line. We got waterproof ratings that we'll have on the screen, all of that. This is a really premium, awesome winch. As you can see over here, we have our solenoid, but also we already have our extended wiring run with sheathing and everything. What I have over here is the Bison winch mounting kit that you get from AEV. Also, thank you AEV guys for your help in making this video happen. You guys rock. We have a bracket to mount our solenoid inside the engine bay, and then this piece is just beautiful. It is a solid anodized aluminum fair lead. Well, that's it for parts. I'm gonna have links to all this stuff in the description, along with tools that I'm gonna use. Also, a link to AEV's instructions that list out the tools you're gonna need and the whole process. So we'll make it nice and easy for you. You just got here.
Come on.
You help on all these videos, man. I couldn't make them without you.
Oh, buddy.
Had this for a little while.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's get this crappy Toyota out of the way.
Oh, let's not cry.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Still in shock. So we'll start by, I mean, you guys have seen all this before. We've done this like 3 times, but we're gonna do it again because we don't get things at the right time to do it all at once.
It's expensive to do everything at the same time.
It is, it turns out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start by taking the license plate off, this little cover here, and then we're gonna drop the skid plate again.
And disconnect the battery.
Tools for this job are pretty straightforward, including metric sockets and wrenches. You'll also need a Torx bit set. I'll link to the exact set I have in the description that came with all the sizes we needed. Start by removing the license plate bracket, then remove the front bumper skid.
We have the front lip off, now we're gonna take the skid plate off. All of this kind of overlaps on each other, but importantly, the skid plate kind of restricts our access to the fender wells.
All right, next thing you're gonna wanna do is take this center section apart, but actually, we did this AEV low bar accessory on the channel years ago. You can go back and watch that video. So this actually you have these exterior bolts here, but if you get this low bar, you're gonna actually have a nut on the inside. So anyway, we're gonna skip ahead in the instructions a little bit. We're gonna get our wheel liner closeouts out of the way on both sides, then we'll take this off.
The wheel well liner closeouts are held in by somewhere between 5 to 78,000 Torx screws per side. And there are several different sizes mixed in there. Can you find them all?
Whoa, that's a dragonfly, look at that guy.
Whoa! Ow! Rawr. We are almost done taking things apart. Next thing we gotta do is remove this plastic air diverter, which is held in with a bunch of push pins. The instructions say 12. We have found 10. See what happens.
Who's right? Who was right? We were right. There's only 10. 10! Next thing we're gonna do is remove these 2 cage nuts. We're gonna need this access area for the fair lead later on. Next we are going to, I think we're prepping to put in the solenoid relocation kit, which is gonna kind of sit right in this area. So they want you to remove these 2 bolts. We're gonna unclip the radiator overflow hose.
Well, that's it for taking things apart. Let's start putting stuff together.
Guys, I want to take a quick second and thank the sponsor of my channel, which is Haviland Motor Oil. I've been using them in my vehicles, my motorcycles, lawn equipment, everything, and it's fantastic stuff at a great value. I could not do all of these videos without their help, so thank you, Haviland, very much. And if you want more information on Haviland, check the description for a link. Thanks. This is kind of awkward, but also awesome just how like it's all ready to go. But yeah.
Time to mount the COMEUP control box to the AEV bracket. You'll need to snake the entire wiring harness through the bracket to do that. Also, the inline fuse won't fit through the bracket, so you'll need to disconnect it and put it back together. The instructions say to use the 2 existing screws on the bottom of the control box to mount it, but we don't suggest doing that because the screws seem way too short. I dug through my collection and found some longer screws that work great. Then we mounted the control box, also using some orange thread locker.
Okay, time to mount our bracket. We gotta remove this plastic tab for this hole down at the bottom.
Mount the AEV bracket into the engine bay, using the 2 factory bolts on the top and the new supplied hardware on the bottom. Time to route all our wiring. On the day we did this, we got pretty confused, but hang tight because we now have all the answers.
No instructions because with GM, they want you to take it to a dealer to install it. We're not gonna do that, we're gonna figure it out ourselves. This loom is gonna drop down. We have our connection points for the motor there. This runs across, and you have a variety of things in here. We have the positive terminal for the battery. We also have the negative terminal for the battery, the ground terminal, which also runs down to the winch. A couple of other ports here, we'll get to that in a bit. So the ground is the big question. So GM provides a specific ground point. This is a heavy duty ground point on the Colorado. This is actually what they recommend you ground to when you're jumping a vehicle, for example. So we're gonna take this ground that comes from the GM harness, we're gonna ground to the ground post, and
it says ground, you guys.
It does, it says super ground. We're also gonna take this jumper, also connect that to the post, run this guy around and connect it to the negative terminal on the battery.
Turns out we guessed correctly. Our buddy Nate from AEV sent us a copy of the instructions and confirmed that we had routed the wiring and installed the ground wire correctly. And AEV, being awesome in general, added the COMEUP Winch instructions to their install guide page on their website when we let them know that they weren't available online. AEV didn't have them up before because the COMEUP Winch Install Kit, while made by AEV, is exclusively sold by GM. Hopefully this issue with instructions can be resolved if enough owners complain to General Motors. It's an issue that we've run into several times. Okay, end of short rant. I've also linked the install guide in the description below.
We do that one. That one's only got a couple on it. This one's got a few.
We might have, maybe you need a dual battery setup at some point.
Perfect is the word you're looking for.
This is perfect. So perfect. Yep. Okay, so we got all the grounds routed around here. We're gonna hook that up when we're done. We've got the positive going around to here to this post right here. I think this is pretty important. We got the inline fuse right here, right? But we want to make sure that nothing is touching that and that this cover is covering posts and everything. So we have it in this crevice, or as Chris put it, this pit of wiring doom.
The wiring pit of doom.
We've shoved lots of things in there.
Time to mount the winch in place. By the way, using a motorcycle jack makes this really easy.
So we have the COMEUP winch in place, now we're gonna secure it. So we're gonna use, as part of the AEV kit, we're gonna use these 2 bolts that go through the fairlead and through a preset spot down here into some cleat nuts that came with the COMEUP winch.
Secure both the top and bottom bolts in place, but without the fairlead because you'll need to remove the top bolts later. Once that's done, it's time to connect all the wiring to the winch motor.
Wiring time is gonna be nice and easy because they've actually already color-coded everything. So blue to blue, white to white, yellow to yellow. We got this wiring harness to clip in right here, and then we've got our 2 grounds that is going to attach right here on the bottom.
The instructions said to set all these with all 4 bolts and then pull the top 2 bolts out. We thought that was stupid, so we left all 4 bolts in and put in the fairlead, then realized this needs to go on there first. So now we're gonna follow the instructions.
To install the air diverter, you'll need to trim a slot for the clutch handle. We did this with a hole saw and side cutters. We also should have cut a small window to be able to see the winch line as you see here in the instructions. Let's just go ahead and blame us skipping this on the fact that it was super late. With the air diverter in place, we reinstalled the center section, wheel closeouts, and all skid plates. The install is complete.
High five! me get out of my house.
Guys, we're actually at an old ghost town in western Montana right now on a trip for something else for Chris's Bison.
It looks totally structurally sound. I think we're okay.
Oh yeah? But we wanted to briefly give an overview of the COMEUP winch and how it works. You wanna do that?
We'll do a quick demo.
Okay, the sun's going down. Let's do this fast.
For the wireless controller, you do have to pair it the very first time by pressing and holding the power button and then hitting either the in or out button. You get a long beep, a very long beep to let you know that it's paired.
Nice. So we've already done quite a bit of winching with this. Can you kind of go over your experience with the COMEUP winch so far?
Yeah, I mean, the install has been flawless. We did it right. We were a little unsure, and you'll see that in the video, but it's all done correctly.
Do you want to talk about the winch hook and why you chose it and everything?
Do I?
Do you trust it?
I trust it so much. Yeah, so I went with the Factor 55 closed loop winch. It's what they call the Flat Link E. It's a closed system, supposedly safer. It does also sit a little closer. You don't have to hook it onto the recovery points when you're not using it, which is nice.
Yeah, unlike the one that it came with.
The COMEUP one,
yeah.
The hook that it came with, yep. So I think it's just a little bit cleaner look, plus it's a safer system overall. And I did also add the Factor 55 rope guard to this. Because it is a synthetic winch line, you want to have as little of it exposed to the UV as possible. So that's what this does. It also is a nice aluminum block that protects it.
And that's the other nice thing about that is it has that rubber pad so you can just store it just like that.
Protects the fair lead. So shout out to Jason. This was an incredible surprise. Very cool. Very lucky guy to have friends like this. And Nate from AEV, I know you hooked us up with some AEV stuff to get that going on. So very cool. Guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. We're gonna try and beat light. So
we gotta go.
Yeah. See you later. Thanks.